In Northwest Washington, Jason Rygaard rallies his crew for the longest corridor they'll face on their new job site. For the loggers, a road is a clear path through the trees for the Skyline to haul logs up to the landing. The Skyline's a 100-foot-high cable system that hauls trees from the cutters to the processor. Their road runs 900 feet from the landing to the tailhold, much longer than usual. Spanning a steep valley has made it difficult to find a clear path. At the bottom of the mountain, the cutters slice through trees and riggers lasso them with a choker. Then yarder operator Steve Winters uses the Skyline to fly the trees up to the landing, where Paul Baker bucks the logs to size with the processor. Then Jason's father Craig sorts and stacks the logs for the trucks, making sure they go to the right mills.
Hey, Dad! We gonna have any wood for tomorrow?
Got a nice little pile started down there.
We need to get it finished by the end of the day.
Here it comes, here it comes.
Hurry up! Let's go! Hurry up!
This is one of the best corridors so far. And then lots of nice logs, too.
Take this one, too.
All three?
Why not? Get it out of here.
I think it's a little bit too big, isn't it?
Nah! That'll pull it!
To stay on schedule, Jason orders his crew to yard out 3 logs at once instead of 2. 9,000 pounds versus 6,000 pounds.
You got her!
Nope.
Jason's plan didn't work, but not because of the weight. The Skyline's the problem. The rigging crew hasn't used this section of Skyline yet because they start at the top and work their way down the mountain. Now, Jason notices this lower section of Skyline is dangerously close to the trees. It's known as a crooked Skyline.
Got the Skyline rubbing on a tree there, rubbing on trees there, and the tail tree's clear over here.
If the carriage gets hung up in the trees, it could rip everything down. The crew has to move the Skyline or risk disaster.
We're gonna have to unhook the Skyline and move it back over to get in the corridor. I don't know how long it'll take, but it's gonna take longer than I wanted it to. It's a long road, and we should be just yarding all day, not around with moving the Skyline.
Jason Rygaard makes the call to move the tailhold and swing the Skyline away from the trees.
It's not just rubbing on that tree right there, and it's rubbing on the next tree, and it needs to be moved in the back end probably 60, 70 feet. That involves string and wire and moving the road again. Instead of being able to just yard all day, we're gonna have to move the road. Just like every other business in America, time is money.
Right now, the line is too far to the right side. It is against the trees, so that's not good.
The wire needs a clear path, or the carriage hits the trees and can't get up and down the mountain.
It's dangerous. One of the trees breaks, you come down and hit somebody, kill somebody, injure somebody.
The cable could also fray and snap, sending the 1-ton carriage crashing down on the crew. To reposition the Skyline, the crew needs to identify a new tree for the tailhold. The steep valley requires the Skyline's tailhold to be anchored to trees on the far ridge. This makes it tricky to keep the Skyline straight and clear of trees on the route up to the landing. Adding to the challenge, workers down in the valley can't see the yarder up top on the landing. So the crew communicates using an old-school and trusted logging technique, a handheld device called the whistle, or talkie tutor.
It sends an electronic signal up to there, which makes the horn go off. That's what the whistles are, the beep, beep, beeps. Like 1 to stop, 1 to slack, 3 to go ahead on it.
But with the Rygaard crew spread out over a quarter mile, communications are falling apart faster than they can pull a Skyline.
What the do they want? They keep slacking it down and picking it back up. I don't know what the hell is going on.
This guy is so slow. I don't know what's so slow.
Oh, I don't know what the he's doing. Yeah, you blew!
You see?
Stupid.
Hearing conflicting whistles, Steve isn't sure if they need slack on the line or if they're ready for him to tighten it.
Watch out.
Roger! You got to be half mechanic to be an operator, because there's always little things that happen, and a guy's got to be able to fix them on the fly or you won't be working. We had some problems, but the guys have stuck it out today and really poured it on, stayed a little bit later, but we're gonna get it done and be ready to move the yarder. I wouldn't say it was a good day, but nobody's hurt. The road's done and we can move on to the next road, and hopefully the next one will go better.